So we're going to work on our graphing a little bit when we're given a point on the line and the slope of the line. So I'm going to zoom in just so this is a little bit easier to see. First thing you're going to do is you have to plot the point on the line. You always start by plotting a point. You need a starting point before you can do your slope. So for this point, we want to remember you have an x value and you have a y value. You have your x-axis and your y-axis. So first we get to that point 0, 2. So the x is 0, so we don't go anywhere, but the y is 2, so we're going to go up and plot that point. From there, we're going to do our slope. Our slope is 2, but let's go ahead and make it 2 over 1, because that's going to help us with our rise over our run. If you have a positive rise, 2, you're going to go up 2, and then you're going to run 1 to the right and plot that point. And then you just fill in the whole graph doing that, up 2, 1 to the right, up 2, 1 to the right, up 2, 1 to the right. One thing to check as you're filling in all your points is this is a positive slope. So when you read a graph from the left to the right, you can see that we have an uphill line. So that tells us we're probably on track. All right, so we drew our line, but I think we have to do something else. Find the coordinates of 2 other points on the line. So let's just find 2 other points. We're just practicing our coordinates right now. So if I go for this point right here, start at the origin, we go 1 to the right, that's going to be our x. And our y, we'll just count up 1, 2, 3, 4. So our ordered pair is 1, 4. All right, let's find one on the other side, this one over here. From the origin, you go 2 to the left for your x, so that's a negative 2. And then you go 2 down, which is a negative 2. So negative 2, 2. All right, moving on to the next one. First, we plot the point, and then we do our slope. So the point 1, 5, you go 1 to from the origin, 1 to the right, and 5 up, and plot that point. From there, you do your slope. Our slope is negative 1. We should have a downhill line, but again, make it a fraction so you have the rise over the run. So if your slope is negative 1, you're going down 1 to the right 1, down 1 to the right 1. And you fill in all these slope points all the way through your graph, as much as you can fit on there, and then you backtrack and go up 1 to the left, right. And then kind of double check it. Did we draw, or are we going to draw a downhill line? And we can see that yes, it is downhill. That looks good. And now we have to just identify 2 points on the line. So I don't know, let's pick this one. To get there, first the x, you go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up 1 for the y, so that ordered pair is 5, 1. How about if we find this one over here? We go to the left, 2. That's your x, so our x is a negative 2. And then we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. To 8. Okay, our next example, we have the point negative 4, negative 3. So from the origin, you go to the left 4 and down 3 and plot your point. And then you have to do a slope of negative 0.75. So we want that as a fraction. That's a common fraction. Negative 0.75 is a negative 3/4. So from our point we plotted, we're going to go down 3 and 4 to the right. Down 3, 4 to the right. And you just fill up as many as you can. Then you backtrack up 3, 4 to the left. Up 3, 4 to the left. Draw on your line. I do notice we have a downhill line which matches our negative slope. So that's a good sign. And now let's identify 2 points on the graph. Oh wait, no, that's the one we plotted. We won't do that one. Let's do this one right here. Now if you notice, you don't go left or right at all for your x, so your x is a 0, and then count how many down are you going? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So our y value is a negative 6. I'm going to pick this point over here. For the x, we are moving to the left 8. So our x value is a negative 8, and your y value, you did not go up or down at all, so the y value is a 0 that time. Those are actually your x and y intercepts of that graph. And last one, we have the ordered pair, negative 3, 2. So 3 to the left, up 2. And then we have this slope of 0. So this is something we just have to remember. Find a way to memorize this. Lines that have a 0 slope are horizontal. So if you can remember that, then we know to draw a horizontal line. So we have to identify 2 points on the graph. Well, we didn't have to draw any other points, but we can pick any points on the graph. I can pick that one right there. You go from the origin to the right 2 and up 2, so that's an ordered pair of 2, 2. Maybe I'll pick this one over here. From the origin, you go to the left 8, so negative 8, and then up 2.